BBC One and BBC One HD.
Let's say hello to the Manic Street Preachers, Nicky Wire. Nicky, good afternoon.
Hi, Richard.
Welcome.
I don't know how I followed that last 20 minutes of radio. It was brilliant.
Yes, I know. I mean, it's we do a lot of gear changing, I think it's fair to say, on the Radio 5 Live. But it's just it's just so alarming what's happening out there, isn't it? And I'd never heard anyone paint a picture.
It was staggering, and you're a friend with cancer as well. I've had a good little rest here listening to that, actually.
Steve Evans, that was Steve Evans. So we shall, if you missed that, we'll put that on the Daily Bacon podcast later. Nicky, you see, this is your 11th album. Your 11th album, I think, isn't it?
It is.
For the Columbia label. That's pretty serious. When did you begin? Your debut album was early 90s, or 92, something like that?
It was, 92, Generation Terrorist, yeah. I think we're the longest surviving artists on Columbia, bar Bob Dylan.
Does it feel like the music landscape, when you go out now to promote a new album, does it feel like it's just completely changed from when you began?
I think it has virtually 5% in common to when we started.
Yeah, I imagine bits like this, going on a BBC radio station to talk about your music. You were doing that back then. But so much else has changed, hasn't it?
It is. It's like doing 3 versions of your job all the time.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to navigate as you get into middle age, but, I'm just thankful that, we still get asked to do stuff.
Yeah.
If you reduce it down to that, I think you're doing all right.
You're doing all right. You still got a huge fan base, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. We've got an amazing kind of relationship, a deep relationship, I think, with people. You get fans who came to see us 20 years ago now bring their 15-year-old kids along, indoctrinating them into the next generation.
That's a good word, indoctrinate them. Is there, in terms of the business model of the way the music works now, is the focus more on, I don't know, perhaps live performance than on album sales? Has that shifted at all over the years?
Yes, it's been. I think it focuses on syncs for adverts, live, and all, endorsement, branding, whatever you want to call it, which we've never really done. So you do feel like a bit of a dinosaur sometimes, but I'm glad to say we saw the good times as well. So, there's no bitterness there at all.
Yeah. Listen, what we should do is we should play a little bit of a track as well. So the new album is Rewind the Film.
Yes.
And then we're going to play a bit of Show Me the Wonder. I like that a lot, Nicky.
Thank you.
Show Me the Wonder from Rewind the Film. Other tracks include This Sullen Welsh Heart, Builder of Routines, Rewind the Film, which is also the name of the album. It's a track on there, Four Lonely Roads, Running Out of Fantasy.
It sounds depressing when you say it like that.
But they don't sound depressing when you actually hear them, and that is the key thing. And it's out now. And you've got a big tour coming up as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I think it's all done and dusted, all sold out already. But,
it's all sold out. I think you're just promoting the album.
I don't know. I think we just, we got to the stage where we enjoy the process of creation and communication so much that hopefully everything else takes care of itself.
Do you enjoy it as much as you always have?
I certainly enjoy us 3 in the studio, being as hateful and spiteful to each other as we've always been, and then letting something more delicate and beautiful reach the outside world.
Does it get quite intense in the studio? Do you have to have a period where you don't see each other afterwards?
We do because it just, it's like being in our bedrooms when we're students, and you really, how annoying that can be.
Yes. Yeah.
And when you're 44, it's even darker. But yeah, we've known each other such a long time that I think we've never allowed each other to develop an ego, which is a very healthy thing being in a rock and roll band.
Typically a creative process is hard, isn't it? Because you're not dealing with right answers, are you? You're just dealing with different people's ideas. And it by design, those things can get tense, right?
I think we've learned to avoid a lot of those pitfalls. I mean, undoubtedly we've had parts in our career where you just get so precious about a certain idea that you can wilt away. But no, I think now there's an implicit trust where sometimes we're not even in the studio together. I mean, we did a session in Berlin, and my dad was in hospital, my wife was in hospital, the kids were ill. I didn't even go, but we still got 3 songs out of it. I wrote 1 song by text message to James, and they made it on the album, Build a Routine. So we're very trusting, kinetic people. Another example of how the landscape has changed. You wrote a song by text message. I noticed that you were in the news because the English Defence League recently used one of your songs at a rally, didn't they? Was it, If You Tolerate This, Your Children Will Be Next? Yeah, I just feel like it's just pointless. The song is about specifically Welsh miners going to fight against Franco in the Spanish Civil War.
So it's an anti-fascist song?
Completely anti. One of the lines in it is, if I can shoot rabbits, I can shoot fascists. So it's such a self-defeating song to use. Yeah. A Welsh socialist band, trying to hijack one of their songs. It didn't even make me angry because it was just so ridiculous.
Do you think the English Defence League understand what the song is about? Do you think they really get that you are essentially a Welsh socialist band? Are they trying to wind you up, or do they not? Do you think they just don't really understand?
I have no idea what goes in the mind of a head like that.
Is there anything you can do about it?
Oh, you can try it, yeah, and you can take it off certain things. But it gets to a point, like, if it was a song, it's such an obviously song. I mean, it was our first number one, and it's crammed with kind of lyrics inspired by George Orwell's Homage to Catalonia and Spanish Bombs by The Clash, that it's just, like I said, it's so utterly self-defeating for them that it actually makes me laugh. It's some sort of ridiculous situationist statement, really.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, you could easily argue that what it does is, it because of what the song's really about, it makes them look stupid.
Exactly. Yeah,
There's no point getting angry. There's no point.
Well, no, I've been angry for since about the day I was born. I could do with a break.
Let's talk about this album again. Show Me the Wonder is the new single that we played.
Yes.
It's terrific, and it's out today, I think, isn't it?
I think it is. Yeah,
it's out today. So you go searching for Show Me the Wonder, and the album itself, Rewind the Film, is out next week.
It is, yes.
Is that right? Perfect.
It's got a lot of lovely singers on it. Richard Hawley,
awesome.
Guests on there, and it does an amazing kind of cinematic Scott Walker sort of thing, and Lucy Rose and Kate LeBon. It's a very intimate, a very delicate record, actually.
And if people want to come and see you live, tough, it's sold out.
But we will be doing some more shows next year.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Nicky. Sorry to keep you waiting, and thanks for talking to us.
That's all right. It's a pleasure.
Always good to speak to you. Nicky Wire of the Manics. Show Me the Wonder single out today. Rewind.